Welcome to Sound Learning. This video is to discuss the questions which were asked in November 2020 Net exam in Theory of Computation Part 2. Part 1, I have discussed some of the questions and the remaining questions we will discuss in this video. The first question is match list 1 with list 2. Here it is given a regular LR regular language, LCF context free language, LREC recursive language, and then LRE recursively enumerable language. We have to match the list 1 against list 2. The first option is recursively enumerable language. In the list it is given L dash recursive union recursively enumerable. So to solve this particular problem, we should know the Chomsky hierarchy. So in this Chomsky hierarchy, the first is a regular language. We will be having a regular language, and outside the regular language is enclosed inside the context free language, and this context free language is inside the context sensitive language, and we'll be having a recursive language, and then outside this recursive language we'll be having recursively enumerable language, that is the type 0 grammar. And with this we are going to match this. So recursively enumerable language, so L dash of REC. So REC means it is a recursive language. So the complement of recursive language is recursively enumerable language. The complement of recursive language is recursively enumerable language union LRE. LRE is recursively enumerable language. The union of recursively enumerable language and the recursive enumerable language, which is a recursively enumerable language. So this is correct. And then second one is recursive language. So let us see this option. The complement of context free language. So context free language is this one, and the complement of this context free language is context sensitive language. Context sensitive language and recursive language. So recursive language is context sensitive language is included in recursive language. So if we combine, if you perform the union, then we will be getting recursive language. And the third one is automatically, if this two matches, then automatically this will match. Let me give you the explanation. The set of all strings which are generated from R, that is the regular language, intersection the context free language. So the regular language and the context free language, if we do the intersection, then we'll be getting the context free language. So answer is A1 B2 C3. And the next question is, consider L1 intersection L2. L1 is the language is given and L2 is given. Then the language L is recursively enumerable but not context free, regular, context free but not regular, and not recursive. So first we have to identify what type of language is L1 and L2. So if we consider the L1, it accepts M zeros and then 1 M's, and next it recognizes the 2, and then after that is any number of zeros and any number of 1s. So automatically it needs one memory element, so it is actually a context free language. I take the second language L2, where all the powers are different. It is a regular language. Once we have identified these things, what type of grammar are this, then we can come back to the options. So the first option is recursively enumerable but not context free. One intersection L2. So if we see the intersection of this context free language with the regular language, intersection with the regular, the context free language which is not recursively enumerable. And the second one is intersection with context free language and regular language. Again we are getting context free but it is not regular. And the second one, third option is context free. Yes, we are getting the intersection with the regular of context free grammar. We are getting context free grammar, but it is not regular. And then not recursive. Automatically it is not recursive. So the option 3 is the correct option. The third question is, let G1 and G2 be arbitrary context free languages and R an arbitrary regular language. Consider the following. So 3 options are given. Which of the problems are undecidable? We have to identify which of the problems are undecidable. So G1 and G2B are the arbitrary context free language. If both the language L1 and L2 are undecidable in the case of a context free language, so this is undecidable. And the next one is L G2 less than or equal to G1. So which is less than or equal to means which is same, which is also undecidable. And then language generated by G1. G1 is a context free language which is equal to the regular language. The language is regular language. So if we see this context free grammar, it is also undecidable. So the answer is A, B and C. So the answer is A, B and C. The next question is, given below 2 statements. Statement 1, the problem is L1 intersection L2 equal to null is undecidable for context sensitive language L1 and L2. The second statement is, the problem is word belongs to the language is decidable for context sensitive language where W is a string. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. We have to choose whether these 2 statements are true or statement 1 is true, statement 2 false. So all those options we have to identify. The problem is L1 intersection L2 is equal to null. So whether this is decidable or undecidable. So with the context sensitive language. So if we see the context sensitive language in this table, then L1 intersection L2 is equal to that is undecidable. So it indicates that it is undecidable. So the first one is correct. And take the second one. The problem is W belongs to L is decidable for context sensitive language. So in the context sensitive language, we have to check whether this W belongs to L. So in the context sensitive language, it is given as decidable. The second statement is decidable. So it is also correct. So answer is both statement 1 and 2 are true. Thank you for watching this video.